Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showcasing this, I guess I'll call it an invention because I don't think I've ever seen anyone use this kind of redstone before. But I'm going to showcase a 61 color map display. And that's actually the most amount of colors you can get on a map right now without using staircasing. Um, so that's, I think, a fairly big achievement. Um, so I guess I'll start the showcase now. Up at the top, we've got the color selector. We've got 6 bits of information. Um, so this will be able to index all 61 different Minecraft map colors. Um, and we've actually got 3 spaces to spare in case we get new colors in any upcoming update. And here we've got some coordinate selectors. This is just sort of like for this demo of a 16 by 16 screen, just to show that each pixel is still individually controllable, um, despite them being tiled together. And then here we've just got a couple functions that are in the build. So this will write the pixel to the memory, and this will show the frame buffer. So let's just get started by showcasing a couple of draws. Let's draw at roughly the middle of the screen at 8.8. I believe this is just the black color, so let's write that. Um, and then let's move one down and draw another one. And then let's add a little bit more distance and write, I think this one will be, let's actually do color 8, which I believe is just the green wool. Let's write that. Give it a second and show the frame. So as you can see, that is the colors that we wrote to the screen, and each pixel is individually controllable. I'm just going to, let's just get down and I'll show you the internals. Here I'll showcase one module. Each pixel is made up of 61 of these. And essentially what this uses daylight detectors to sort of detect when there's a block over these 6 individual different places. For this example over here, if we place a block over any of these, then the piston at the bottom will spit out the block. And as long as we keep, it doesn't care if we add however many of these, it won't pull the block back in. It won't pull the block back in until we remove all of the data. Yeah, so then you can just sort of add and remove these daylight detectors to decide which of those 6 bits of information it'll react to. So just to explain how this works, here we've just got the 6 daylight detectors, and they're each going into one of these 2 pieces of redstone dust. Right now, since it's midday, they'll output a signal of 1. And if we cover this, or any one of them, it'll output a signal of 2, since the distance to the nearest daylight is 2. So this redstone light just got a bit brighter, and it shut down this comparator, because this one is only providing a signal strength of 1. And actually, since I'm using this reference daylight sensor. Um, this is actually like day and night safe. So if I time set to night, it'll lag for a little bit because there's a bunch of these on the map right now, but it will actually um, preserve the state, and none of the blocks will be spit out. So let's just do one more to demonstrate. And I suppose that's another drawback of this. This is an extremely laggy build. You basically need the sodium render to look at this thing with any sort of frame rate because of how many transparent blocks are needed. But it is technically day and night safe. It's just really laggy. So yeah, as you can see, none of the pistons spat out their blocks whenever the daylight changed. Right. So actually, even with these daylight sensors, it's not actually these 6 aren't actually enough to uniquely identify any specific one block. Since this is essentially a big OR gate, it'll identify a unique stack of blocks. But since we're worrying about map, if we order them in sort of descending order, each stack will have a unique top, so that's fine. Right. And then let's just go up to the top and showcase how the whole top works. So I've already got some blocks up there. But essentially, for example, if you cover this one, I'll showcase here, which side is it on? If you cover the sensor that's associated with one, I just chose that one, it'll spit out every odd block. And then if you cover 2, it'll spit out 2 blocks and then leave 2 blocks, and then spit out 2 blocks and leave 2 blocks. Similarly, if we go up to 4, it'll spit out 4, leave 4, spit out 4, leave 4. If we go up to 8, same thing. 8, 8, 8, 8. It's probably a little bit hard to see, but it's just to give you an idea of what's happening. And then over here we've got 16, 16, 16, 16, and then of course 32. Right, and as you can imagine, this does change the height, the total height of the column quite a bit, which doesn't work well with map art. That's what this little extra bit at the top is doing. For each of these, it'll adjust the height of it'll adjust the average height of the whole structure. So if we have, for example, 2 covered up, over here, I believe. If we cover this up, it'll actually sort of spit out. This is 4. So it'll extend out this carpet so that the average height of this column is higher to make up for this column being lower. And this is the corresponding lime carpet, or it's actually orange, right? Yeah, orange carpet to the bottom, and that's the same difference as the top of this block to the top of this block. Alright, so that's how the whole thing works. I should probably get rid of that so it doesn't break anything. let's just showcase the combination. If you put 1 and 2, for example, no, that's actually 8. So if I say 1 and 2, it'll spit out every odd block and every 2 blocks. So for example, this one would be an odd one, and these two are spit out by 2. This one is spit out by just the 1, and it'll leave every 4th one. And if we do something a little more complicated, let's say 8 and 1, it'll spit out 8. And then leave the sort of, it'll spit out 8, and then the other 8 will follow the pattern of the 1s. So you get, like I showed, the green one from the demo over there. And then let's just come over to the whole thing. This is really probably not the best way to do it, but it's just for the showcase. So here we've got the x coordinate in the dark blue. This is essentially just a binary decoder, and it'll select the row that it'll draw to. Same thing with the light blue over here, that's the y coordinate, and it'll select the row that's available to be drawn to. And I think I've got a little lime line over here. This comes from the right pixel, and it actually goes down here up to here. I think these should actually be lime green, but I'm too lazy to replace them. But yeah, it comes here, and this is from the binary decoder, so it'll unlock whichever one is able to be written to. And a similar thing happens on the internals of this huge thing, where the binary decoder will unlock an individual row, so it's able to write to there. And the combination of the row and the column is how we get the individual pixels controlling. And there's 6 layers of this, which is why, which is how we're getting the 6 bits of color information. Right, I hope you enjoyed my showcase.